I learned about Bertolt Brecht and the Epic Theater in a theater history class in the University of Puerto Rico. I had such a good teacher. Um, and that was my favorite class, theater history class. And what he did was he would teach us about every different part of theater, how, like Greek theater, and then he would make us read a play. And I don't remember that Fear and Mystery was the play that we read when we talked about Brecht. I think I knew about this play because in directing class there was a exercise called the Brecht exercise, and you were supposed to direct a scene from this play and have the actors not talk and see if whoever was watching it could tell what was going on anyway. It was called the Brecht test, sorry, the Brecht test. And so we would have to choose one of these scenes. There's 24 scenes in this play. Um, and that's where I read it and I fell in love with it, especially because of the break test exercise that we were doing in directing. And these scenes, most of them are 1, 2 pages long, and they're so powerful. And I always liked it. I always wanted to direct it. But it's 24 scenes, it's very long. You need the rights for it and all that. And I just, it never happened. And the reason it came up in my brain right now was because it's always been in my brain since I learned about it and I was doing the break test back in the day. It was always like I always had like a little list of plays that I would like to do if I could direct them and see them, do them myself, and that's always one of them. And it's just so relevant because the play is not about most of the things you see about the Holocaust and all that. It's not about concentration camps really or anything. It's about day-to-day life of people in their house having a conversation about mostly about being suspicious of each other and not understanding each other's points and fighting about this is your fault, no, this is your fault, why did you choose this and all that. And when we talked about it, I read it again and I hadn't read it in years and I was like, yeah, definitely reading this is just like reading the things that I see in Instagram and all that. And so I reached out. I've been reaching out to try to get the rights for this place since 2020. And it was a uphill battle. I was in touch with this lawyer and he would give me the runaround and it would never happen. Then I tried to do it through Concord Theatricals and I got the rights for this specific translation, which is a different translation. It's a different order. He cut some scenes. He cut 6 scenes. He added, well, actually, he cut 7 scenes and he added a song. And so this is the Eric Bentley translation. So that's what we got the rights for. And so we were told we can't change anything in it. We can't change the words. We can't change the order. We can't cut it. But we still wanted to draw parallels. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to show projections, 20, 30 seconds of projections. In the Epic Theater, Brecht says that he doesn't care that you know what you're going to see. And in other translations, there's like a little poem that tells you exactly what you're about to read. Like this poem is about betrayal, and then the name of the scene is betrayal, and then the scene is about betrayal. Like he's not into like surprising you, and that's not what he does. So it doesn't matter. So I was like, well, that we're gonna make the projections about what's happening right now that has to do with what you're about to see, and then make the scene the way it's written. And we're also changing some costume details, like we're making the SA guards dress kind of like ice. They're not going to have ice in the back, but they're going to have the vest, the tactical vest, and all that. And when it's an SS guard who was like higher up in the Third Reich, we're going to make them look like military, US military people. So things like that. This is how we're going to draw the parallels because we really can't change the script.